Today I shall be reciting chapters 8 and 9, standing up, because the chair that I usually sit down on has broken, so it's probably better to do this standing up, because otherwise I will just fall off the chair and that wouldn't be good and it would be distracting. Anyway, I'm going to read chapter 8 today. I'm not sure whether I'll get to read chapter 9 as well, because I've written chapter 9, but I don't know whether it's going to be, whether the video is going to run long enough for me to be able to read that one as well. So I will get on with chapter 8 and do that one to start with. Okay. As the sun dipped lower into the shadowing clouds, Quinn returned home. It had been a wasted journey, soured by the fact that he was powerless to change their minds. He slumped back into a royal blue velveteen couch and watched the skyline swirl and break from an obsessively polished window. Quinn wasn't open to opinions. You were either right or you were wrong. There was no debate, no room for contrasting views. That's why he became a doctor, after all. New discoveries would come and go, but essentially everybody was wired to a blueprint which he could follow should anything need tweaking. Bones shatter, hearts retire, tumours poison and grow like bad apples in an orchard of an otherwise ripe, healthy blossom. This was all commonplace, and nothing years of medical school hadn't taught him, but there were special cases, extraordinary, intriguing, fascinating cases which couldn't be looked up in an index or learnt from a syllabus. But there was one thing lacking: guinea pigs. To deceive the incredibly naive or the incredibly stupid in the world wasn't exactly favourable practice, which is why Quinn sought the most innocent and trusting of all: children. Children are naturally fearless. Just watch any kid learn to ice skate. Give them a good pair of skates and a twinkling rink, and watch as they whiz round lap after lap, chipping up the sparks as their parents magnet themselves to the edges, frozen by their doubts and anxieties. Yet children aren't independent. Up until a certain point, their views and morals are shaped by what they've heard across the dinner table, or on the TV, or in the classroom. This was Quinn's stumbling block. To win the trust of Violet, in order to nurture her magnificent talent, he must wait until her mind matures. Only then could he unveil this new, unique proposal. Only when his mind drifted back to reality did he realise how long he had been staring out of the window. The red clouds had diluted to soft coral pinks, and air kisses of planes crossed the sky as if to mark a hidden treasure. He retired to the kitchen to make soup and wound down the blinds before pulling out wild purple beetroot. He removed the raw stalks with his bare hands and crushed them down before heating the orchid-bright liquid and adding a splash of cream which sank into the centre in the overwhelming heat. Quinn pulled back a steel ball from his Newton's cradle and sent it knocking against the rest, cold and rhythmic, to mark the time and judge when it would be appealing enough to eat. He knelt down and watched the executive toy with precision, his eyes moving left to right, narrowing as the ball slowed. Okay, so we're on to 3 minutes, so we should get time for chapter 9 as well. I'm just hoping this is all recording properly. Okay. Chapter 9. The ground was hard to dig that morning. It had been unusually dry for weeks, and when it did rain, it was sporadic. Elspeth planted the fork down and wriggled it to unearth some of the soil. The dirt clusters broke and disintegrated, falling away from the dead flowers like little puffs of steam. She sprinkled some water on the parched ground and removed the old weeds to make room for the new geraniums. The surplus stalks slopped over the edge of the new plastic terracotta pots like washed-up seaweed and were cast aside in favour of the new vibrant buds. The geraniums were a world of colour against the black soil, like developing memories in a dark